It's physical media time, and I had a couple of pickups that I want to bring to you right here. First up on the list, I picked up a copy of Halloween 2. This is I guess, a 4K Ultra, which I haven't actually dived into and checked out yet. I don't have the player and all that yet. But it does have the Blu-ray copy, but really what interests me into this was because I already had Part 4 and Part 5 in this. I wish they would do number 6 because as far as Halloween series goes for me, 1 through 6 is about it for me. I don't, past that, I thought it kind of got silly, and that's kind of more or less what I grew up with. But it does come with this hard cardboard slipcase right here that's really neat for it. And then they did the reversible image, so if you recall the old VHS days, that's really cool that they had the pumpkin with the skull in it and everything. So you have both the editions in there, the 4K and the Blu-ray in there. And like I said, I already got number 4 and number 5 in the same. I did notice that they were doing away with the hard case, so I kind of I don't know, it was spare of the moment. I didn't know if I was going to pick it up or not. It is a 3-disc set. It also comes with the television version of the film, which at one time I didn't know they did that. But yeah, they did have a television version of it, so that was kind of interesting. But also, if you do have the Scream, the other Scream Factory edition, just the Blu-ray one, it does have the reversible slipcover. I've been really into that because I like how the companies have been doing that, especially Scream Factory has been doing the reversible slip covers, or not the artwork in the DVD thing, that will reminisce about the old VHS days. And for people that like myself, they grew up with that, that's really big and it's really huge. So all right, on the other thing, I picked this one up. I don't recall it very much, but you know what, I looked at it and I heard it was I saw it was released, and of course I buy all these at the local record store. I may pay a little bit more than versus going online, but I'm a really big advocate of supporting the record store, going there and actually purchasing the stuff, spending the money there, because I want them to still be there. I don't want these places like this to close up because they're getting really, really scarce these days, which is very sad. It's kind of like the video store rental days that you know, just closed up and everything, and so many kids don't even know what those are. You can hand them a VHS tape and they wouldn't know what you're looking at, which is you know, that's really sad. But those days are going away, and I just always support the local record stores. But I bought this one called Razorback. And you know what, I mean, I'm going to read you just the first couple lines off the description of it, because if this doesn't make you want to buy this movie, I don't know what will. Somewhere in the Australian outback, there's a creature who can rip a man in half and destroy a house in seconds. Razorback. So it is pretty much what you think it is. It's a crazy pig running around and just mauling people. And yeah, it does. It destroys a house in seconds. They really, I mean, it's almost like watching Jaws, only it's a pig and it's the backyard of Australia. So that's a really interesting movie. They're not getting. It's not cheap. It doesn't. It's not a cheap movie, I would say. If this was like, too bad it wasn't like a $10 movie or something like that. But it's not. I think it comes around a whopping $25 to $30 price point for that movie. So yeah, that's what that thing too is. I'm kind of collecting some of the stuff because as the time goes on, a lot of these movies are getting harder to find, or scarce, or expensive, more expensive, and you can only hope that they will re-release things. All right, the other one on the list would be another 4K releasing, including the Blu-ray, would be Motel Hell. This is a really cool movie. I saw this years and years ago, and I remember the VHS tape and everything, and of course they come with that really cool cover slip. Reversible slip, but also I really wish they would have included the artwork from another VHS tape that I recall, which is basically it's the two of them standing there, and he's holding up like a chainsaw, and she's got the meat cleaver in her hands. Now it's got a Rory Calhoun in it, which is interesting because he brought a different flavor to the movie. Pun intended, because it's about jerky and stuff. But no, he, coming from his past, but actually if you watch the making of it, he really wanted to be there. He really wanted this movie. So he did it, and he plays a really good character in it. And then Nancy Parsons, if you like Porky's and stuff, and then she's just crazy in it. She's another phenomenal, actress in it that just did a really good job. Really cool movie, 1980. I remember seeing this on the Monster Vision, the Joe Bob Briggs special during the TNT days back when you watch this stuff on television, run to the VCR, put the blank tape in, and try to tape it off the TV network. But that's a really cool one. I picked that one up. Another great home run from Scream Factory there. Another one I picked up just for fun. You can see I paid about. This one was $8 used market there at the record store, and that's where I support the Zia Records. Cat's Eye, Stephen King's Cat's Eye on Blu-ray. I think this was not a Scream Factory or anything like that. Just run-of-the-mill releasing horror anthology, if you will. It's got Drew Barrymore in it. It's probably her first role or her first real noticeable role, you could say. But it's got James Woods in it, and it's got the trilogy of terror, if you will, kind of like a Creepshow or Tales from the Crypt type deal. But anyway, really cool one. Obviously, the star, the main attraction of the whole thing is, you remember, it's Drew Barrymore's story. It all kind of ties together with the cat, if you haven't seen it. But it's got the little troll that lives in the wall, and it comes out, and all that kind of stuff. But I think one of the cooler ones and more bizarre ones is James Woods' story in there about the smoking. How they literally, it's like a smoking agency that gets you to quit smoking by pretty much short of putting a gun to your head. so I thought that was kind of cool and everything to add. But anyway, that's my recent pickups for physical media. Obviously, if you like this kind of stuff, we'll keep going back and doing some more stuff with it. Also, I wanted to talk a little bit about my thought and point of view. I'm going to put it on tape it here on the channel. That before it comes out, before we all get to see it, because it comes up in September, as we're still dealing with the heat of August. But anyway, Expendables 4. Aside from horror, I do like the old school action stuff that was about, obviously, Cobra, and everything. But Expendables 4 is coming out. Expendables 3 was really such a flop. I will just straight up admit that. I don't know who or what was thinking what. But the first two, I do feel like they were still capturing what made everything awesome in the Expendables lineup. The first two were just great, because I think the first one was like a test to see, test the waters. And keep in mind, all of us that grew up in the 80s, that's what made it great, was because watching all these guys from the 80s come back and make this hoorah and deliver their cheesy lines that they used to do and all that kind of stuff that just made everything rock, compared to the cell phone generation that just doesn't get it. But that was what was really cool about it, to see the Expendables and all that. Now the third one, I just felt like, what were they doing? I mean, the whole make it rated PG-13 deal was just terrible. No, you gotta, if you're doing something like that, you gotta go all out. I mean, you've got to really just balls to the wall and do it. Which that's where I really believe they failed. So I know that hurt the series, and I know that kind of hurt it, and they didn't really want it. They didn't know what to do, and it was kind of stupid, because everybody came there to see the old guys, and then you just kind of halfway through the movie, or not even halfway through the movie, you went, forget them, we're going to go with these guys. And then you're like, well, who are they? And all the old people that came there for the original idea are going, what? So, that in mind, the fourth installment, here's my prediction on it. I am going to tell you, I don't think Sylvester Stallone is in it very much. That's what I'm going to tell you. That's my prediction on it. I think Stallone is really, I think he only did it because he needed to complete the series feeling, because it's something he started. But I don't think he wanted to really be there. I think he just wanted to just get it over with. And I'm going to tell you right now, before this movie comes out, I haven't even seen any kind of real trailer for it. My prediction is I don't think he's in it. I think he's going to be in a very little bit of it. Also, because if you read up on things, read up on the thing where if you look at the way he's listed, whenever you got a poster, or I guess they still do somewhat a poster now. There, it's kind of more like just like a digital thing. But anyway, if you look at any movie, when you look at the castings and all the information, Stallone is not listed as a top billing thing. In fact, I actually saw him listed at one time. Was they were listing all the people that are in it as they usually do. And I think it even said like and Sylvester Stallone, or if they ever do something like that where it's and this person or with them, they're not really in it. Yeah. So and that's my prediction. I did see that early on in the in production notes or whatever on the articles and stuff like that. I did see that listed. I think they kind of didn't really. I think they went back and put him up a little bit higher. But if you notice, Jason Statham, he's more of the top billing, and then now I think, and then after that, I think they listed his Stallone's name on there. But that's my prediction. I don't think he's going to be in it a whole lot, so I'm kind of ready for that. So I don't know. They added a bunch of other kind of characters in it. 50 Cent's in it, Curtis Jackson. I'm a big fan of his. I think he's a really good actor. I think he's done some really good ones out there. So I'm excited to kind of see him join the group and everything like that. But they didn't really get a whole bunch of the old guys from the past, the action days. I really feel like it's almost like I don't think they could just get people to come together. I don't know, but anyway. Hopefully it's a good movie. I'll still go and see it just because. But that's kind of my thought. Unfortunately, I don't think Sly is going to be in it a whole lot. So